Hello. Oh, that screen is bad over on Twitch. Ooh. Nyeh. Not really. All right. Hi. What's up? I have 10 things going on at one time. Yes, I do. All right. Hi. Welcome to Words Have Power. My name is Shelly, but everyone calls me Words lately. So, and I'm cool with that. Not mad with it. I see you over there, Luna. How you doing? Alrighty. So let me adjust the sound on this thing right quick because it's a bit loud. Okay. Alrighty. So my camera is still weird. My makeup looks way better on my camera on my phone than it does on here. So there's a lot going on. Hey Vay, how you doing? What's up? So for the makeup portion of this, it's going to be a wee bit longer, but for a reason. So I realized I had points on my Ulta account, and for me, makeup is a form of self-care. So I decided to redeem my makeup, my points at Ulta. And I finally ordered another palette from Juvia's place. This green is amazing. So is this green. I don't think they have any names, but wow, a little bit goes a long way. Very powerful stuff. Powerful stuff. So that's part of what I have on here, but I also got, hold on one second. It's hard to get open. This is from ColourPop. Let me see if I can. And it is High Society palette. Just a little small thing. And this one has a fleur-de-lis pressed in there, and I love that. Hey, Cher, how you doing? Oh my God. Y'all cannot see how amazing this looks. And I apologize. Oh, the shimmers in here. This is on sale. I got this for ridiculously cheap. So yeah. So those, and then I got these three. They are Luxe lip oils, and these are Heaven. These feel so good on the lips. They're highly addictive. Just warning. What? I can't eat right now. Can you put it in the fridge? I love you. But that looks really good. Okay, so there was also a huge sale on ColourPop. And as we know, lip oils and lip glosses from ColourPop are effectively an addiction for me. Hi, my name is Shelly, and I'm addicted to lip oils and lip gloss. And this, I think, this is a Luxe gloss, but I've used this so much that I've already worn off all of the stuff on it. So, you're playing Diablo 2. I hate you right now because I want to play Diablo right now. So I got all 4 of these. These were massively on sale. Hey baby, how you doing, Luna? I can't remember. I think they were like $1 each or something like that. I'm just saying. This was, I think, $2, and this is it's called Fresh Kiss Lip Lacquer. So pretty. This is really pretty. One thing I have learned is that their Super Shock shadows are worth it. They do not stop. Okay? These, so pretty. It's like blue, and the taupe is more of like a champagne silvery type color. It's like $2 for 2 of them, which is a steal. Like, I felt like I was robbing someone. And this is, man, extremely pretty. Now this right here, yeah, this is another addiction for me. The Super Shock shadows in particular. This is the Can You Believe Super Shock pair. This is going to become a favorite. This color right here can easily be a one and done. So if you travel for work, I'm telling you. Back in the day when I traveled for work, those they would have been high on my list because just easy. Hey James, how you doing? What's up? These 3, also each one could be a one and done, and they are just ridiculously pretty. This is the Sip Sip Hooray. This was $2 for 3 Super Shocks, and these last forever. Like, I'll be using this for like a year or so. Now also, if you travel for work or for vacation, whatever, these little quads are phenomenal. You got your highlighter. You could also use it for inner corner. Look, I have a girlfriend who uses these. She takes these with her when she's traveling for work, and she'll use like one as a blush, the darker one as like a bronzer, just kind of mute it down a little bit. She loves these. So this is on the mango. I haven't used these yet, so I don't know how they are, but this is Citrine, You and Me. Sagittarius in Flight. And the Bold and the Aries. This is the next one I'm going to use. I saw that. I was like, oh, that's so pretty. And then I saw these. These are eyeliners. You do the brush thing. Do not sit on these. These are on sale right now. They are so good. Look, listen, they don't hurt my eyes at all, which is a borderline miracle. Red eyeliner. I love it. Love everything about it. Had it on yesterday. Absolutely. Was astounded. My eyes did not hurt. My eyes were not watering. Didn't feel hard or irritating or anything. Just phenomenal. This purple, I'm not dove into this yet, but I'm going to. These are amazing. And these are cream gel color matte. I guess you would call them pot eyeliners. That's what we used to call them. Oh my God, the writing is so small, I can't read it. So this, everything here was on sale, and the stuff from Ulta, I redeemed points, so I didn't even spend money on that. So, I am good with makeup for a while. I say that and then realize lip oils go fast. Ish. So with the insanity that is our world today, I highly recommend whatever your self-care is, keep up with your self-care, because things are getting scary with what Scotus is doing, and we are going to talk about it. I will get yelled at if I don't say what lippies I am wearing. I have on this lippy from ColourPop. called Cami. It's good stuff. It's one of my favorites. Hey Teresa, hey Barbara, how you doing? What's up? All right, we're gonna jump into it. You ready? You ready? I'm not ready. I'm ready. I'm just okay. There are a lot of things that Scotus has done recently that is extremely disturbing to me. Now, I'm an ex-sheriff's deputy, but I am not an attorney. When you work in a criminal court for a period of time, you pick up on things that are, the way that the Constitution actually affects our lives every single day, and we're just used to it, right? Well, now many of those things have basically been rejected and denied. So we're going to go over, hold on one second. I can't see what I'm doing. Where's the arrow? Hello? Oh. All right. Okay, so everyone knows about Roe being overturned, which is bad. Roe being overturned goes into more than just access to abortion. This goes into your right to privacy, to medical privacy in particular, and could have an effect on HIPAA and a whole bunch of other things. So your right to privacy when it comes to your medical anything. But it goes even more than that. Roe has an exceptional effect on so many things. It's basically the first domino. And we have a cat who just decided to come in the room. Hey, Marcus, can you close the door if you're watching? Close the door for me, baby. Close the door. Thank you. She's so cute. Yes. Well, they say they are, but are they really? Because right to privacy is talked about in the Constitution. But I don't think the founding fathers would have thought that we would actually need to have it clearly written in the Constitution that we have like a right to privacy with our medical care and all of that. In their time, abortion was normal. It was normal to the point that they didn't even bring it up. They didn't talk about it because it was a woman's problem. It wasn't a thing that they even would have worried about. Guys, can you not? Don't fight. Kitties. So if you hear like growling, cats going off, they're over there. Obviously, I'm not even touching them, all right? All right, so of course, there are many states that had trigger laws in effect, and once Roe was overturned, abortion and certain other things became illegal overnight. We're gonna get to we're gonna get to that in a minute. Yeah, I mean, LGBTQ plus people have always existed since ancient Egypt, ancient Samaria. Like we've always been here. We always will be here. It's just the way it is. Now, I've been saying for a while that Roe is just the first domino. So, they're also targeting. They're also targeting LGBTQ plus rights, and now, well, hold on one second. Where's the? I have so many tabs open. Bear with me, y'all. When I say I have a lot of tabs open, I'm not kidding. How do I do this again? It's been a minute. Huh. Okay, so Scotus did something that's really, really bad. As bad as the overturning of Roe. Most people aren't paying as much attention to this, though, even though they should be. And this is basically making it to where Border Patrol, and this is you see the outline of the map. Now, this is not a fully accurate map, all right? Border Patrol, they basically took many of the checks and balances in place, kind of restricting Border Patrol. They took those away. So look at the map. It's all of Michigan, all of Florida, and several other states, all of New York. Not every major city, but just about. And any city that's in this gray area that has an international airport or a harbor, that's within Border Patrol's jurisdiction. So if you notice on this map, I don't know if I can make it bigger. Can I make this? Can I adjust this? No. Okay. New Orleans is automatically within that. So it's almost half of Louisiana. Houston, San Diego, LA, San Francisco, Santa Cruz, Chicago, Milwaukee, Detroit, just about every major city is going to be within Border Patrol's jurisdiction because airports and harbors. New Orleans has a harbor and an international airport. So then therefore, if Border Patrol, for whatever reason, busts down your door, attacks you, and all of that, then as it looks now, you may not be able to sue them for doing that. And that is scary. Now, this is a bit of a different map, but it just shows you, and you can see from the headline, all of Michigan, D.C., a large chunk of Pennsylvania, New York. It doesn't say that on here, but yeah, it's bad. This is bad. When I was getting my criminal justice degree and also my training in the sheriff's department, they stressed that Border Patrol had a lot of checks and balances on it to restrict its power and ability to run amok, basically, so that they could not overrule or overtake local or state law enforcement, and also rights from people. Hey, shush, she's right here. She's right here. All right, chill. Here's another map. Note Hawaii. Hawaii is, it's almost all. I wish I could make this bigger on your screen for you. Okay, look, listen. So even in the middle, let me see. Even in the middle of this darker orange, there's still Border Patrol jurisdiction. And I can't stress that enough. Wherever you are, if you have an international airport or harbor, like say on a river, like say on the Mississippi, then Border Patrol has basically been extended. And I'm being attacked by both cats right now. Of course. Yep. Oh, Gulf, the whole Gulf. It's the whole thing, pretty much. Can you... All right. And so NPR has some really good articles about all of what Scotus is doing. I cannot recommend them enough. They really have they have constitutional scholars and just all kinds of people who are shoot. You didn't hear anything that I said. Okay. All right. NPR is really, really good. I highly recommend. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay. Yeah. Yes. Look, I have both cats on me at the same time. All right. So NPR has some really good articles talking about all of these things that Scotus is doing, and they have like constitutional scholars and all of that. They have interviews and stuff that you can listen to. I highly recommend. I really like NPR. This goes into other things that are going to happen, and this is why I'm bringing this up. Quite often, abusers will use pregnancy, like purposefully. They will purposefully get their victim pregnant to trap them. So, it goes deeper than that. There are cases upcoming that SCOTUS is expected to rule on. Some of these, it's absolutely bizarre that they're even going to take the cases. It's being talked about that they are not going to actually hear arguments on this for or against overturning these things. They're just going to rule, which, what? One of those things is birth control. Now, a lot of states are just basically doing whatever they want, and I don't think they care anymore. I think they think that they can do whatever they want. So you have states that are saying they're going to outlaw and or criminalize. I'm sorry, my brain does not even want to say this. Birth control. And there are a couple states that are talking about outlawing condoms, IUDs. So if you're currently in a DV situation and your abuser decides they want to knock you up, and they tamper with your birth control, or you can't get access to birth control, what do you do? What do you do then? This is bad. This is really bad. Okay, so I have to put all of these in. So 16 states and DC have state laws protecting the right to abortion if Roe v. Wade is overturned. So this is just before it was overturned. Yeah. And other states are doing this also. And you also have counties, individual counties, who are saying that they are not going to comply with the overturning of Roe v. Wade. and if a state says that abortion is illegal. But wait, it gets worse. Some states like Texas and Oklahoma are looking at targeting indigenous communities, reservations. So I'm just going to call it like I'm going to call it, all right? If people don't like it, they can unsubscribe. But the jackass who is the governor of Oklahoma is targeting the Cherokee Nation, the indigenous reservations, and saying that if abortions are provided there, while at the same time they're talking about overturning ICWA, which is that protects indigenous children and their families. There's a lot of history behind that. That would basically potentially bring back residential schools. Residential schools were death camps. They were death camps. I'm not going to lie and say those were schools. They were not schools. They were death camps. So, potentially making it to where those are brought back is horrifyingly bad. This is America. Okay. But wait, there's more. Now you have Moore versus Harper, which this is a ridiculous case. I don't even know why Scotus is looking at it. Oh, wait, I know why. The issue is whether a state's judicial branch may nullify regulations governing the manner of holding elections for senators and representatives prescribed by the legislature thereof, and replace them with regulations of the state's court's own devising based on vague statute constitutional provisions purportedly vesting the state judiciary with power to prescribe whatever rules it deems appropriate to ensure a fair or free election. All right, hold on. Let me... There. Can you read that? I don't know if y'all can read that. Okay, hold on. I'm hoping y'all can see that. If you can see it all right, let me know. Yeah, it is. It is fascism. Yes. So this would mean, and I spoke with the Three Musketeers. I spoke with a bunch of people that I know who are flabbergasted. They're actively flabbergasted by this right here. This is not at all good. Let me know if y'all can see what's on the screen, because to me it just looks like a blur, so I'm not sure, but I will. All right, I'm going to read this for you. This is from the Washington Post. The title is Democracy Dies in Darkness. The decision to hear Moore versus Harper could lead to an erosion of voting rights and an increasing likelihood of election interference. Could? It will. That's me. I'm going to go ahead and think that is a troll or something. And that's on Twitch. Okay, whatever. At issue is a North Carolina Supreme Court case holding that the state's constitution precludes severe partisan gerrymanderers. The argument the petitioners make is that the state courts shouldn't have any role in overruling federal election rules put into place by legislatures. So this, yeah, share, it's on Twitch. I'll take care of it in a minute. This so-called independent state legislature theory has found little sympathy from scholars, but appears to have garnered more affection from the current slate of conservative justices, 4 of whom have suggested they are at least willing to entertain the idea. The consequences of such a ruling would be tremendous. It would be the end of democracy as we know it in this country. Period. This would mean that the gerrymandering that's already going on would only get worse. It would only get worse. And voting, there quite literally, there won't be a point in voting unless you know that oh God, this this is insane. This is insane. So this is Scotus blog. They have some really good articles on here as well. I'm going to put all of these tabs I have in the description box for everyone. They have a lot of really good articles that go into everything that's happening, and it's a lot. Like the EPA thing. Do you like clean water? Do you like having clean showers and drinking clean water? Because the EPA is a good thing, and having like restrictions on businesses and making sure that we have clean water is a really good idea. She's right here. Jesus. Yeah, basically. Okay, so on top of that, law enforcement doesn't have to advise you of your Miranda rights anymore. And when I say that, I mean that if they don't do that for you, if you are being detained or arrested or questioned and they don't read your Miranda rights, you can't sue them for it now. And they can lie to you to get you to talk to them. So please listen to me. Please hear me. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one will be provided for you through either legal aid or some other means. Do not say anything. Not hi, bye, F you. The only thing you're going to say is, I need an attorney. I need counsel or representation. You can say, what are you arresting me for? Are you arresting me or detaining me? After that point, don't say anything. And they will try to get you to speak. They'll try to goad you into it, say things that will get you emotional and not thinking. You've got to keep your logical brain thinking. Don't say anything. And I'm saying this because I know a lot of people are going to be protesting and all this and that. Speaking of, a 13-year-old child was arrested by law enforcement for protesting. Her mom was standing right there with her. They didn't take her mom too. They just took the kid and denied the mom access to her child, which a child is supposed to have either a lawyer or their legal guardian, parent or guardian, there with them. What the Yeah, exactly. I mean, she was released fairly quickly, and she actually made it back to the protest, and people were like, happy to see her and all that, but why? What? We have the right. If you're a constitutional literalist, okay, we have the right to petition the government for redress of grievances. We have the right to protest. When I was in law enforcement, if there was a protest, I mean, actually me, I wanted to be there protesting as well, but I was on the job. You don't have, if you're law enforcement or a doctor or a nurse or any of that, any branch of law enforcement, if you are given an order that is unlawful or unconstitutional, you have every right to disregard and tell your rank, no, I'm not doing that. That is unconstitutional. That is unlawful. I'm not doing that. And I suggest that law enforcement start doing that if you want anyone in the public to respect you. And let people know that you've done that. Let your community know that you are actually like working for the community, not for the wealthy people out there. Yeah, she did. I saw several videos of what happened with that. Yes, do not fight. Just please don't. Because, as I've said before, there was a memo that came out back when I was in the sheriff's department about how white supremacists were infiltrating they were talking online about infiltrating law enforcement, politics, business, you name it. And they're doing it. Guess what? They've done it. And here we fucking are. And yes, there might be cussing in this live stream. We're all grown-ups here. Deal. Hey, Susie, how you doing? What's up? Right on. We do have a decent replay crew, and we love the replay crew, and I'm happy to have y'all here. There's a lot. Now, so there's one thing in particular that everyone really should be advised of, and that is that some states with the most restrictive abortion laws now are they're talking about making miscarriages, abortion in general. They're talking about making abortion in general retroactively illegal. I mean, if there was ever a time to cuss, it is now. Right now, it is. You moved to Canada. Would you like to adopt me and my family? I rage clean. I mean, I clean all the time. All right. You won't have to clean a damn thing. In fact, if I keep vacuuming this floor the way I have been, we're not going to have carpet. So. Okay, Luna, in theory, they can't. In Louisiana, they're talking about doing just that. In Louisiana, some of the people I used to work with are working in certain places, and I have heard people talking about this. And these are not people who gossip. These are people who are very grounded and very. One is on the spectrum, so it's all logic all the time, right? And that person contacted me and was like, worried because of my reproductive history. It's not good. And he was like, you want to keep your eye out just in case for a warrant for your arrest. I've never been in trouble with the law. I have no criminal history, no criminal background. Because the work I do, I have to be very careful. I can't have a criminal background. So to hear that is just, how many women have had a miscarriage? You don't have any control over that. You don't have any decision over that. That's nature. They don't care. Gerrymandering violates the Constitution. They don't care. Taking away our right to medical privacy. They don't care. Yep. Well, I mean, effectively, it's going to be controlling all people. This is going to affect everyone. This is going to affect men, most definitely. I wish, dude. Canada's looking more and more good, although I hear there are some problems in Canada too, but I don't think it's anything like what's going on here in the US yet. Yes, they are saying all of the quiet part out loud now. Every bit of it. So you have people who are running for political office who are saying out loud that LGBTQ plus people should be tried for treason simply because we are LGBTQ plus. It's not a thing we can control or change. It's just how we are. But we should be tried for treason, not the insurrectionists. No, we should be. And that we should be put to death. It's, people running for political office. It is ministers, pastors in these cult churches. And many of these people are connected to the Southern Baptist Convention. The Southern Baptist Convention, which, by the way, protected and hid pedophiles, people who harmed elderly people, rapists. I have the PDF file. I can show y'all. Instead of, there's no, in effect, RSA, CSA, CR, for the most part, has been decriminalized. Look at Larry Nassar, Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, all these different people. Marilyn Manson hasn't been to trial yet, but who knows if or when that will happen. Davi Vanity, all these others with countless victims, countless witnesses. With Larry Nassar, I think it was like, if I remember correctly, it was over 100 victims, but there were more. So they are criminalizing having a uterus, using birth control, having a choice and freedom and bodily autonomy. If you don't want to continue a pregnancy for any reason, you have an ectopic pregnancy, oh well, remove it and reinsert it in the uterus. That isn't a thing. You cannot do that. That's not science, y'all. But then also, if you have a miscarriage, well, you might have sneezed, or, did you have a glass of wine? Did you take an aspirin? It's to the point that women who have epilepsy or any other health issue like blood clotting or anything like that may not have access to their meds that they need so they can live. I know people who have epilepsy who have to have a certain kind of birth control to help with their seizures during their menstrual cycle, along with the meds that they ordinarily take for the epilepsy, which those meds also might be restricted from because they're of childbearing age. So the health of us women is not taken into account at all. Only you need to make babies, but that's only going to be for white women. Go read the birth dearth. Because the people who are really going to be criminalized, and I'm going to use the war on drugs as an example. The war on drugs, a majority of the people who are incarcerated with that, please note, I have a degree in criminal justice. I'm an ex-sheriff's deputy. I'm telling you the truth. A majority of the people arrested and incarcerated and turned into felons during the war on drugs was Black people, then Indigenous and brown people, and also poor white people, but it was mostly Black people So, with this, who you think they're gonna go after? The people who are mostly going to be imprisoned over this are black women, which will turn them into felons, which will then also leave their children probably in foster care, possibly, unless they have family that their kids can go stay with if they have children. Come to Ontario. I mean, want to get married? I'm joking. I'm not. I am. Yes. No. It's insane here, y'all. I was gonna stream. I've been gonna stream on here, but every day some new insanity, and I'm like, I don't even know where to start with they can take them and they can go live on Alcatraz. Bye. Have fun with that. Hope the ghosts eat you. Yeah, I get you. That's sad. Maybe Scotland. I don't know. Men have no right to dominate women. I don't care what they can go ahead and thump on that little book of theirs all they want to. I don't care. I don't care. I don't follow that religion. It means nothing to me. I don't have to submit to any man. In my religion, no woman has to submit to a man and no man has to submit to a woman unless they consent to that. I don't care what Sky Daddy says. My goddess says otherwise, so that's just my opinion. It's insane. It is insane. I don't know if y'all saw the one minister I think he was a minister, whatever. He's on one of those whack jobs platforms talking about how women are supposed to be dominated by men. That is just nature. According to who? Cite your sources. Cite with a C. Cite your sources. No. And your Bible does not count. Thank you. Yeah, but it's also used for other things. Yeah, you're correct. There's no logic. There's no reason. There's no science. There's no doctors helping to advise these old white men on what reality is. And, if anyone's offended by me saying this, unsubscribe and move along. Bye. This is true. This is the truth. I've watched video after video after video of these politicians who are old white men who are not doctors, who don't even know how the female reproductive system works. Don't even know what an ectopic pregnancy is, or that you can't take a pill in your mouth and swallow it and it's not going to go into a woman's uterus. What is even happening right now? Yep. Foster care. There are so many kids in foster care right now that they don't even have room for housing for all of them, and they're having to stay in offices and what? Look at when abortion was made illegal, and they would have people go to women's workplaces or wherever that woman was and force her to take a pregnancy test, and if she wasn't pregnant, she'd get into trouble. Is that what we're headed to? This is coming straight from Christian Dominionists, who they're tied in with the Southern Baptist Convention, the Heritage Foundation. The list is long, and I'm going to do a stream on that. These people they're tied in with the Quiverful movement and all of that, and they are batshit insane. They call themselves Christians. They are not. They're white supremacists, and they are. In the documents that I've read of theirs, they think that anyone who is any marginalized group is beneath them. They're supposed to have full dominion and control over the entire world, every country. These people are insane. And right now, they have placed people on Scotus who are affiliated with them. Yep. People who were also members of Opus Dei and certain other groups. And we're going to do streams on that because it's insane. It's absolutely insane. There should be a separation of church and state for a reason, because what if eventually, oh my God, it could happen. What if mostly Muslims run for a political office and we ended up having a mostly Muslim Scotus, or Buddhists, or Satanists? You're opening the door for religions to take over, and that can go different ways. Doesn't have to be Christian. People need to think this shit through before they start doing it. But then also now it's just, there's more, okay? So Scotus decided that it's fine for private religious schools to get funding from the government, and it's fine for coaches to or teachers to bring prayer into schools and basically force children. So if a child is Jewish, they might be forced to do Christian prayers. Or any other religion, or being raised without a religion. That's not up to some random teacher. That should be up to the parents. I don't want my 4-year-old to be forced to pray to anyone's God. That's up to me. And Marcus, that's not up to some rando teacher. Exactly. That should be a t-shirt. You need to make that a t-shirt or something along those lines. Oh, right on, Cher. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. So these people, they're trying to use religion to gain power and control. That there's a lot of material to show that a lot of these people aren't actually religious at all. Like, they're not actually Christian. They say they are, and they play the game to gain power. Yes, that too. It's all about power and control. And many of these people have an extensive history of DV, RSA. They have criminal backgrounds, some of them, and they're not really Christian. They say they are. They have usurped Christianity and made it into what they want it to be. Yeah, I mean, that's what a lot of indigenous elders have been saying, that the great change is here and the end outcome is up to us. So, we have to decide what we want, and we have to if we want a positive outcome to this great change, we have to make it happen. I mean, Republicans say that. So many of these people use abuse tactics. I've seen them do it. So, they say we want parents to have a choice in what happens. But if a parent isn't a Christian, if a parent is Jewish or Muslim or Buddhist or pagan or whatever, they're not going to want their child, more than likely, to be praying at school. But many of these people who are pushing for this, they don't respect that. They don't care. They've been told that they are supposed to proselytize anywhere and everywhere to everyone. They don't listen to the words of Jesus when he said it's better that you should go into your bedroom and pray on your knees in silence, in solitude, than to go out on the corner and proselytize. They don't listen to Jesus. These are not Christians at all. So they're not going to listen to parents who say, I'm pagan and I don't want my child to be proselytized to. They'll just do it anyway. So I don't want anyone forcing their religion on anyone. Certainly not a child. But then too, like states like Texas want to resegregate. They want segregation back in schools, and they're pushing for that right now. Part of the way they're trying to do that is trying to use like religious freedom and these school vouchers and private schools and all this and that. So they're trying to resegregate education again. And they're saying, there was one document where someone said that, poor people, their kids don't deserve an education, they should be working. So they want kids to be working again. So they forget, most of us have forgotten why child labor was outlawed. And I'm actually going to do a stream on that because it's bad. There's a reason we don't have children working in factories and whatnot. And they should be going to school. Yeah, right. Yeah, and it's absolutely bizarre. What is going on right now is insane. All right, so part of the reason I'm doing this stream is because I was asked to I guess advise people on how to stay safe in a time like this, and my answer is I don't even know. I don't know how to advise you, and I'm sorry. I apologize, but so when I think of my criminal justice degree and everything involved with what I knew prior to this Scotus, everything is tilted now. And this means that it's going to take lawyers and experts in these fields coming together and hashing everything out and figuring out what the hell. I am not a constitutional attorney. I'm not a constitutional scholar. But I can tell you that this is worrisome in so many different ways. So if I don't know, that is, I don't even know what to say. It's I feel like, why did I get a criminal justice degree? Because now, is it actually worth anything now? Like, what the what in the hell is happening? That has been the question that I keep asking myself over and over. There you go. Alrighty. So, like, I'm not trying to panic anyone, but I do believe, personally, I believe that this is the time to panic. This is the exact time to panic. So if anyone wants to come up on panel. So what I can say is that everything that's happening right now, a lot of it means that things are going to get harder for people who are in DV situations. I'm sorry to say that. I hate that I even do have to say that, but you're going to have, and there have already been situations where people who were AR'd and had offspring from that lost their child, the custody of that child to their arist. So as it stands now, I'm just going to say something before I bring Luna up. This point was made on TikTok, and it's a valid point. Arists are going to be able to choose the mothers of their children now. Think about that.
Oh,
Hey,
hello.
it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. And I didn't even get to the whole LGBTQ plus like as much as I was going to. I feel like I'm going to start cutting things up into portions because it's so overwhelming. There's so much going on.
Yeah, there's so much going on. It's too much for one person to take care of.
It's almost overwhelming, but see, that's what they're trying to do that on purpose. They want to overwhelm everyone. Shock and awe tactics, scorched earth.
Yep, the whole leave no prisoners.
This is insane. All we can do at this point is hope that our individual states realize that we, the people, do actually deserve to have, freedom, and us women and LGBTQ plus people and minorities are also human.
Yeah, we're human. We bleed when we fall down.
One of my teachers, he was an amazing teacher, he's a history teacher, and he was like, we're about due to have a new constitution written that includes everyone. He's right. That was when I was a child. Jesus. I definitely feel like I wasted my money and I should have gotten an abnormal psychology degree or something. Like,
or a philosophy degree.
That would have been more useful at this point. Because right now I'm like, the hell? But what? Border Patrol can do what?
Yeah, the whole thing of, I'm 100 miles away from the US-Mexico border. Yeah, but I got an air base and an international airport. No, I do not.
Yep. If you got a harbor, if you got wharfs and all that stuff, if you got an international airport, well, God, this is insane. And I'm not trying to bash Christians because it isn't the average everyday lay person that is responsible for this. It's the
extremists, the ones who are loud.
Yeah, it's the ones who are running things too. In particular, they are batshit crazy. So I don't want people to think that I'm coming down hard on Christians necessarily, although I've got to say I'm not happy because this is going to mean that a lot of women and little girls are going to die or be just devastated physically, emotionally, psychologically. Like the trauma is just going to be unreal.
No, I mean, it's like 10 years old, not enough to adopt a baby, but nope, she's old enough to carry one to term.
Absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane. Meanwhile, the artist responsible for it might get, a few months in prison, maybe.
If that.
And part of the thing is they're legalizing wacky tobacco while at the same time criminalizing having a uterus. This is insane.
I
So
mean, that whole thing of not fully legalized, but removing the Schedule 1 from cannabis, making it a Schedule 2, that was like item number 200 in the GOP's permanent plan. And that's the first thing that I was so, okay, I could kind of see that. But it's all
this is
that far down, and granted, it was only like page 6 or 7. But frick.
well, I mean, if you look at the 7 Mountain Mandate and Rick Scott's 11-point plan, which his 11-point plan basically is the 7 Mountain Mandate. It's just there's a little bit more added to it, and it's like kind of updated for current modern times, and it's kind of like glossed up a bit to look better. And it is basically it's them talking about taking over every aspect of life in this country. Is what it is. These people are insane.
They
And
somehow managed to polish a turd.
I mean, I'm just telling you. I'm just saying. This is not what Christianity is supposed to be. But here we are. Really, they're just fascists who are using religion as a means to power. And that this. So I'm doing this live stream in part. So as y'all know, part of what I do is I talk with current and former DV victims. And one in particular is going through it pretty hard. And they are a Christian. There's nothing wrong with that. See, there's nothing wrong with being a Christian. There's absolute whatever religion you choose to be, that's your choice. That has nothing to do with me. I don't care, right? But this person made a really good point, and I'm trying to remember exactly. Hold on one second. Wait. They made a really good point, and I want to get this right.
Oh, there you go. Religion and opinions are like sphincters. Everyone's got one. Some stink worse than others.
Right? Okay, so they say, I'm a Christian, but I'm not psychotic. What is happening? And then they express that they need to get out of the DV situation. We've been talking for a minute, and they're like, I need to get out of this. And I'm like, that would be a really good idea to get out of this now, because they're in a red state. It's a bad place to be right now. And I just that was such a good point that you and they later go on to talk about how a lot of what is being done right now is not what, if you look at the things that Christ was said to have said and done, what they're doing right now goes completely against what Jesus was like. Do you see what I'm saying? That is.
I saw this 12 years ago when I was first in uni going for religious studies. I saw this 12 years ago. I said nothing. I regret that. I regret that now.
It's insane. Okay, so I'm trying not to have this stream be too heavy. But what's going on right now is really heavy. There's no way around it. So, so I was advised by the Three Musketeers that these are 3 attorneys I used to work with back in the day. I was advised to warn people that Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. You know, they are of the opinion that there is a high chance, a high likelihood that things are going to go really bad, worse for people than they realize, with some of the ways that these states are talking about regulating women's bodies. So if you want to, like, let's say you're in Louisiana and you're going to go on vacation to some state where abortion is legal.
Let's say Mexico.
Right. So they're talking about making it to where you have to take a pregnancy test before you leave. And if you're pregnant, you better be pregnant when you come back. So that's restricting your freedom of movement. But how far are they going to take that? Like, I don't even. I don't have the Bible memorized, so I don't know what that's.
Hold on.
Let me see. It won't let me copy and paste it. What is that? I don't know what is that thing in your hand?
This phone.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It looked like it looked like a book. I'm like, is that a book? I want one.
Case.
Right. Okay.
Sorry.
That's cool. That's cool. R warning. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I mean, here's what I know. One of my, I guess, religious rules is do no harm. Or try like hell not to. It's insane. What's going on?
With me when it comes to harm, there has to be a just reason behind it. If I'm defending somebody else, if I'm defending myself, if I'm protecting property of loved ones, those are just causes. And under property, I include rights and bodily autonomy.
Yep. So if you're in a DV situation right now, it would be a good idea to start thinking of an exit plan and finding a way out. No. God, just can't even. I'm not interested in anything the Bible has to say at this point. It's just a personal me thing. I'm not saying what anyone else should or should not do. It's not my business. It's Nunya. It's your business what you do. Yes, it is all your business.
That's why Gandalf was the most chill of the Astari. He wielded Nenya. It was Nenya's business.
I don't know. So, a lot of people are saying, shush, she's right there. She's right in front of you. So there are a lot of people who are saying, donate to Planned Parenthood. I guarantee you they are getting all kinds of donations. Right now, if you're thinking of donating to Planned Parenthood, please donate to battered women's shelters, the National Domestic Violence Hotline, RAIN, RAINN.org. Those places are really going to need it because,
I'm to sites like Indiegogo, GoFundMe. Look for ones that are women looking to escape. Donate directly to them. Help them get out.
Yeah.
Before these sites shut those things down.
I mean, this right here. This right here. This right here. All of this right here. See that down there? Yes, Barbara, you are correct. These people they're fascists. They're not actually Christians. They place the veneer of Christianity over them just to use these churches and the tithes as a means to gain power and control. That's it.
It's the tax-free status of churches. It's a safe haven. Tax the churches. These things will dissolve.
Any church that pushes a political any church that pushes a political agenda should be taxed. And I'm going by, that's not me saying this. This is, oh Lord. And lady. I'm flabbergasted.
Whoa.
I hit the wrong thing. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
I just said I'm flabbergasted. I wasn't joking. I don't know. So how are you doing?
I'm doing as okay as I can. Yesterday with work, we were told it was gonna be hit or miss. It was hit. It was hit all day.
Wow. I mean, Hatter, you are correct, really. Well, I mean, with most things, unless a person is disabled or a vet, we need to treat our veterans better. But churches, I mean, some of these churches don't actually do all that much for their communities.
Hello, Sting.
I mean,
sorry.
Some of these mega churches, right? Like, why does that minister need a mansion and private jets and like luxury cars and luxury this and luxury that? Aren't they supposed to sell everything they own and give it to the poor, which is what Jesus said?
Mm-hmm. Live like the lowest of your flock.
Mm-hmm.
The Christians are supposed to bring everyone up out of poverty so everyone is on equal footing. But wait, that's socialism, and they're against it.
Well, I mean, they're against the fact that he was a Jewish guy, too. He was Jewish. He was not European. He did not have blonde hair. He did not have pale skin, blue eyes, and blonde hair. No, I'm sorry, baby. He was Jewish. Take care of, what was it? Take care of widows and orphans. And immigrants and your neighbor and your enemy, but no.
Whatever you did not do for your neighbor, no matter how small, you did not do for me.
Exactly. See, that I can respect wholeheartedly. That is respectful. That is humane and lovely. These are lovely sentiments, but that's not what Christians are doing right now. Well, these so-called Christians, they're fascists is what they are. And I hate the fact that they call themselves Christians. Tax all of the rich and the companies. Yes.
Yeah, these multi-billion-dollar corporations or these people with billions upon billions of dollars, tax them.
Yep. And this is bad. This is like a huge recipe for disaster because, of course, all the women, LGBTQ plus people, and minority people, um, the more our rights are going to be taken away, the more angry all of these groups of people are going to be. It's just not good. It's not good, y'all. All the way around. And one other aspect that I wanted to talk about in this stream is when things like R or SA, especially when it comes to children, when it is not taken seriously and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, that's when you have vigilantism bust out all over the place. That's when that happens. When people are like, well, this person's going to have justice one way or another. So I'm just saying. I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone, but then see, the Twilight Zone was actually pointing out societal problems.
Mm-hmm.
So this is more like American Horror Story, maybe. Like quite literally, this is the American Horror Story on meth. In reality, what the fuck?
Whatever the worst sort of dystopian future you can think of, take that, multiply it by 10, you've got part of this.
I mean, it feels that way. If this is, okay, so I'm 48 years old. I've never seen anything quite like this in my entire lifetime. And something has to be done about Scotus. What they're doing if you read the Constitution, I can't remember which amendment it is, but there's a thing about conduct unbecoming. And I'm going to have to do a stream about that because judges are supposed to be held to a certain code of conduct. They're supposed to be held to a certain I'm having a hard time forming words right now. You know, judges are not supposed to just be able to run roughshod and do whatever they want like this. And this is what they're doing. So, and if you think because you're in another country this can't happen to you, yes it can. These people are trying to influence Canada, the UK, several countries all over the continent of Africa, just countries all over the world. So it's not just an American thing. It isn't just Americans who have to worry about this. Everyone out there should be worried.
Judicial misconduct. When a judge acts in ways that are considered unethical or otherwise violate the judge's obligations of impartial conduct.
I mean, yeah, they're overturning precedent that's been established for quite a while, and it's just kind of stunning. Hold on one second. Okay, so I know this is a heavy stream, but I mean, it basically has to be because it's a heavy time. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen from here, but I'm hoping that something happens to fix these problems. She's losing her mind, as is Bast. Okay. So I think we're at the food portion. And I think we just need a break from talking about all this friggin' insanity.
Uh, anyone seen any good shows recently?
Oh Lord, not really. I've been incredibly busy. Incredibly busy. I think there's more episodes of Stranger Things out now. I have to go watch that. Um, is that a scarf? That's pretty. I like those colors.
Thank
Nice.
you.
I like that. Um,
It is freaking hot here.
Hatter, do you mean mustard? Wait, what? I'm gonna think that's a typo. Mustard shortage in France. What? That's weird. There are probably gonna be shortages all over the place because a lot of people passed away from the plague. So
Uh-huh.
you know things are kind of nutty and wacky all over the world right now.
We had mid-level office workers die from it. And then you had the workers who weren't quite office level be able to move up to those office jobs. They're just not getting enough people to fill the bottom rungs.
Well, I think that's part of it too. I think that many of these politicians want to up the, especially in particular, the white population. I mean, read the book, The Birth Dearth. It is, I'm going to reread it here in a little bit. Kind of lays things out. And I'm worried, really, really worried for people. Um, I mean, abortion is a whole bunch of things. It's repopulation. It's also, taking any and all rights away from women. It's about power and control. That's why I'm hoping that we get way more women running for political office. We have to.
In the past 30 years, they were in power for 12. They only won the popular vote once for presidency.
Yep. Yep. All right. Food. Let's talk about food. Let's talk about something
Oh,
something nice.
mushroom Swiss burgers. Ooh. Mm.
That sounds good though. That does sound
Yes.
good. Marcus made sandwiches, and he's like, it's like tomato, like the fresh tomato with the lettuce with all the stuff, and there's this it's a sauce they have here. It's like a magic sauce. I don't know the name of it or what's in it, but I do know it's addictive. It is so good. And I'm about to go make a Boston cooler with chocolate ice cream. Yum. Yum. Take a piece of honeycomb, cut it into cubes, dip into melted chocolate on bottom. Sides like honeycomb.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that sounds really good. Like, that sounds wrong. That sounds so good. Jesus. Bacon, mac and cheese. Yeah. Yes, I did. That looked really good, too. I mean, really. Bacon in just about anything is just yum. Okay? Send me some. I can clone it. Clone what? Wait, what? What? I have
What?
no idea. I mean, I'm gonna start live streaming more on here. It's just kind of hard sometimes. But I'm thinking that we just need a place where we can just hang and commiserate and be like, what in the fuck is even happening? And a collective, what? Okay. I'm sure we can figure that out and make that happen. I'm not. It's hard to describe. It's really good stuff though. I forget the name of it. but we have like two things of it in the fridge. Like it's good on salad, it's good on sandwich, it's good on anything. Um, but yeah. So if you have ginger ale, just letting you know, ginger ale is really good as a float with like vanilla bean ice cream. Also
Mm-hmm.
with chocolate, really good. Um, yeah, that's been like one of my self care things. Boston coolers. They were not invented in Boston, though. Man, I can't take my eyes off this.
But that makeup is amazing.
It is so pretty. I think I paid $4 for this.
Nice.
And that one right there is like it's a pinkish with gold flecks. Bitch. Tomorrow. That is what I will be wearing tomorrow. Okay. Right on. Can do. Will do. Will do. I might be single-handedly decimating the cinnamon supply in the U.S. Just so you know, because coffee with cinnamon in, so good. So I was watching a live stream on TikTok earlier with a mutual, and they were just talking about all the weirdness that's going on with Scotus and all that. Somebody struck their live. They weren't cussing or saying anything obnoxious or none of that. It's insane.
Of course they strike the live. Of course they're gonna do that. They can't have what they see as misinformation being out there.
That's why I'm doing live streams here. I'm not going to do live streams over there. I'm going to do them here. Ooh, man,
Oof.
that sounds amazing. Different fruit pies, ice cream, and whipped cream. Yes, ma'am. That sounds. I miss Cafe Envy with all the different flavors you could get in your coffee. So like one day I'd be like chocolate, and the next day vanilla or whatever. Like every day was a different flavor. Love that for me. I miss New Orleans so much. Uh, I was thinking about maybe crowdsourcing, opening a cafe, because I know that decent employment for LGBTQ plus people, especially trans people, can be really hard to come by, where you won't be fired for being, lesbian or trans or whatever. So I was like, man, that'd be cool to open a cafe and you're LGBTQ plus and we have a spot open, you got a job. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's been a dream of mine for a long time. But like books, there would be books everywhere. Yeah.
With
It,
Nola, there's it. I miss being only having to take one train from where I am to get to Orlando or to get to Florida. If I were
mm-hmm,
to do train, I miss only having to take the one train.
mm-hmm. Envy means wish or dream, right? That's Caldi's was another good cafe. I loved Caldi's, man. And Pirates Alley, I had way too many interesting conversations at Pirates Alley Cafe back in the day. Um, Now, if you sit on her and try to knead dough, she's gonna get mad. She does not like that. My little cat will get on the big cat and knead dough on her, it's and then Bass, the big cat, will start growling and get mad, and then they will fight every time. It's choreographed. Okay, look, she's gonna. Hey, so we're gonna have kitty entertainment in a minute, just so y'all know. Um, Never a dull moment on one of my streams. Um, oh Lord. So yeah, to everyone who has subscribed, thank you, and I appreciate everyone who watches and all the things. I appreciate y'all. Right on. Right on. I think Flint needs a vampire cafe. I'm just saying. Or like the cafe in the L word, where at night it turns into a club and they have like music and musicians and all of that. Love that. Love that.
Yes, that.
And, just a space for people to hang out and actually converse. I think I might maybe try and see if I can pull something together with that. That would be cool.
That would.
It's a weird place to do it, though. Flint, Michigan. Okay, y'all. I don't know when I'm going to stream again, but I'm going to try to stream again at, soon. I want to try to get a normal schedule again. But when Marcus gets off, I don't know. He gets off work about 8:30. Which is a wee bit late, but I might just start streaming then, and y'all can watch the replay or whatever. Because I have people who are asking me how to handle certain situations, and I don't know. I literally don't know how to advise people on these things right now.
Scary.
It is very scary. But I am talking with the Three Musketeers, and we've been doing Zoom calls and just kind of hashing things out, trying to figure out, things with Border Patrol, which is really scary, and other things. And if you are in a current DV situation, call the National Domestic Violence Hotline. They can help get you in touch with resources to get you to safety and help you come up with an exit plan, a safety plan, all of the things. I would advise you to any important documents like birth certificates, medical records for your children, all of those things. Either have copies on your phone, have them hidden away somewhere. If you have like a ride or die friend, someone you really trust, if you have the money and you can do it, put them in a fire safe. Put all of your really important documents in a fire safe and put it with someone you really trust. Because if you have to get the hell up out of Dodge, you're going to need all your documents. Please do not forget that. That is so vitally important. There was something else I wanted to say. There is help out there to help you get out. You're not alone. And there are resources that can help you. While you can, this is insane. My one ex-coworker, this is another sheriff's deputy, and we were just sitting there looking at each other on the Zoom call, like just deer in headlights, like what? is even happening? Like, what? I mean, if you have the money, a lot of the time in abusive situations, it's also financial abuse. So you may not have the money for a safety deposit box, but if you do, excellent way to keep your stuff hidden. Just make sure you have no mail. No mail goes to that address. Get a PO box or something like that.
When you sign up, ask for paperless stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Have you the email be a ride or die friend? Maybe
Yeah.
even a ride or die friend who is there with you to be a co-signer.
Right. Also, you can get a mail forwarding address in a state that is safe. I'm just saying, if you need certain types of things sent to you safely, I'm just throwing that out there. You can do that online. You can go to your local library, use their computer, and they're online, right? Get online that way and do it that way. There are ways. You can get a burner phone. Um, yeah. Yep, yep. Oh, Lord. You can also join the Satanic Temple, which bodily autonomy is actually part of like their tenets, their rules, right? Um, I don't actually believe there is a Satan. They don't either. Uh, and I kind of don't agree with using that name. Like, I get the shock value and all that, but I just, do you know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It is what it is. All right. I think I'm going to get going. It's been almost 2 hours. I'm going to try to stream again here shortly. Um, Things are happening so quick, though. Like, every day there's something new coming up that it's a lot. So, what I might do is do like streams like this, and then the next stream, more of a chill and talk things out and try to, decompress. But then too, so the next stream, I'm going to talk about what things we can do to try to combat all of this. So, get out there and vote, y'all. Get out there and vote. And especially if you are a woman from any walk of life, please see if there is a political office open that you can run for and run. Let me know. I will try my best to help you. All that I can. They're just like kids. Yes. Yeah, Barbara. You are correct. You okay?
Yeah. I'm looking up any open positions in my city.
Right on. Let me know if you run for something. I'll try to help. I don't know how much I will be able to help, but I will try to help.
Maybe
All
not
right, June.
this cycle, but probably next cycle.
All right, guys. So the next stream is going to be talking about how to try to help make things better. And it may not be tomorrow night, might be the night after that. But I love y'all. You have the right to say no. Your no should be respected. You also have the right to remain silent. Please do. And let's yeet Scotus into the sun. Bye.
Bye.
All right, love y'all. Bye. And thank you to the replay crew.